Today we'll be looking at the early life and the story of Joseph Turner in Call of Duty World War II, who is portrayed by Jeffrey Price, who also voices Thomas Merrick in Call of Duty Ghost. Now here we look to cover the story of this character and some events prior to their appearance in Call of Duty. We will briefly go over what happened during the campaign, as we've already covered the full story of World War II on our Story So Far series. Thank you for joining me and welcome to the early life and the story of Joseph Turner. Joseph Turner was born in Cambridge, Massachusetts in 1913. And Joseph would be born a year before World War I began, and as a result, when he was growing up, he would hear about the war and the United States' great victory. This would motivate Joseph to join the army, and when he came of age, he would attend the United States Military Academy in West Point, located in New York. He would be a standout amongst his peers, and he would graduate and become a commissioned officer in 1938. A year later, he would rise to the rank of first lieutenant, and he would meet and be paired up with second lieutenant William Pearson, and the two would become close and work together for several years. However, we also know that in 1939, World War II would begin, and it would be only a matter of time before Joseph would be called to war. Some years would go by, and in 1943, Joseph and Pearson would participate in the Battle of Kasserine Pass. During this operation, some of Pearson's men would be trapped at the pass, and Pearson would be ordered to retreat. However, he couldn't leave his men behind, and so he disobeyed his orders to try and rescue his men. Sadly, he would end up killing most of his platoon in his disobedience, and due to this, Joseph would have to demote Pearson and would watch over him for the remainder of their time together. A little over a year later, Joseph and Pearson would lead a new squad into the beaches of Normandy, on a day that history would remember as D-Day. The squad consisted of Red Daniels, Frank Aiello, Drew Stiles, and Robert Zussman. Although they would suffer major casualties, the team was able to successfully push the Germans back and take over Normandy. However, Robert Zussman would come away with an injury, but Turner would thank his men for a hard-fought victory and give them encouragement for future battles.
None of us could have prepared for that. But you came through when it counted.
Thanks, sir.
You'll be all right, son.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Later in Marigny, Joseph and his team would assist in an assault against a German train carrying deadly weapons. The assault would also be a success, and the team would destroy the train before it ever reached its destination. After this, Turner and his team would assist in the liberation of Paris, which would be a huge victory in weakening Nazi Germany's hold over the war. A few weeks later, Turner would be ordered by his commanding officer Davis to lead his team into Aachen and take control of a hotel that was run by Nazi Germans. Their orders were to only capture the hotel and wait for further instructions. However, after arriving and clearing the hotel of Nazis, Turner and the squad went down to the basement to look for any other Nazis hiding. But instead, they found a group of civilians that needed help.
We're not gonna hurt you. We're not gonna hurt you.
No food. My sister. Please, help us.
No. Kraut reinforcements will be here any minute. We don't have time to be babysitting civilians.
There's only two of them.
Sir, you better come see this.
Ah, just perfect.
Shit. We passed that truck a few hundred yards back. We can drive it here and we can get them all out.
With all due respect, our mission was to secure this hotel.
Sagen Sie. Wir haben Verwundete. Die werden es nicht schaffen. Ich
I
lese
don't
sie an.
Ich spreche etwas Deutsch. Keine Sorge, alles wird gut.
You speak German? When the hell were you gonna tell us that?
It wasn't.
All right, we're gonna get these people out of here.
Turner wanted to help them, and this caused a disagreement between him and his second lieutenant, Pearson, who didn't want to deviate from the mission at all. Turner and the team would be ambushed by a Nazi soldier, and one of the civilians would be killed.
Die kommen nicht zurück.
Okay, they can take it from here. Let's go.
We're escorting them and that's final.
Pearson's right, sir. If we go with them, chances are they'll draw fire. Seems like a risky move.
Private Zussman, we are clearing this street and then getting them out, understood?
I understand, sir. I just think they might be safer on their own.
And if we let the Germans reoccupy this hotel, every squad that comes through here will be in danger.
This isn't Kasserine. We have the upper hand. Get them on the truck.
It's your show.
Look out!
They shot up the truck!
Erika! Bitte, Erika! Wach auf!
She's gone.
Nein!
Go on! Go!
What the hell are you doing?
Following orders. Everyone back to the hotel. Move, move, move! Hey, there's nothing we can do.
And after this, both Turner and Pearson would be chewed out by Davis.
Your orders were to take the hotel, not evacuate civilians. Who decided this was a rescue op?
We thought there was time, sir.
Last time I checked, Turner was in charge, not you. Is he making the calls now?
No, sir. It was my call. It's on me.
It's on both of us.
Yeah, well, right now, the last thing I should be worried about is if two of my best men can follow orders when we're on the verge of the biggest operation of the entire war. Let me remind you, this is the spearhead of our final drive to the Rhine. Got a whole damn forest to clear so the convoy can get through. So from this point on, I'll accept nothing less than your best. Now get your insubordinate asses ready to move out.
A few weeks after this, Turner would lead his team in the Battle of Hurtgen Forest, and here Turner would split his squad into two groups, one led by himself and one led by Pearson. Their goal was to take out the Germans and meet up near Hill 493, where they would regroup and attack the hill together. However, upon arriving there and holding off some German forces, Pearson would never arrive, and Turner would be informed that Pearson was taking his squad into Hill 493 alone. This angered Turner, and he would gather his team and push to Hill 493.
How many casualties?
We executed the mission.
How many?
Our instructions were to take this hill.
You should have waited for
There
us.
wasn't time.
What about our...
We had orders!
The hell with our goddamn orders!
Do you think I wanted any of this? We are cogs in the machine, Joseph. We start going our own way, the whole thing breaks down. When did you forget that?
These are men! Our men! When did you forget?
Those 150s are still firing on our position.
Keep moving. We're taking them out!
After regrouping, the team would attempt to clear Hill 493, and when one of Turner's men, Red Daniels, is facing death, Turner would come to his aid.
It's okay. I've got you, son. Lieutenant!
Ami. Verfluchten Schweine. Panische Arschlöcher. Sie werden uns nie schlagen können. Was machen sie hier auf unserem Kontinent? Hä? Am Arsch lecken verfluchte Menschen.
Gotta get our boys out of here.
No, we can still make it.
You have to retreat.
No, we ain't leaving you here.
Get me up, I'll hold them off. You have to go! Go!
It was an honor.
No sacrifice too great. Go. Fall back! Sergeant! Move! Move! Fall back! Move! Go! Go!
Joseph would sacrifice his life for his country and his brothers. His sacrifice would push his squad to their limits and eventually bring them closer together. And Red Daniels would name his son after Joseph Turner when the war finally ended. Joseph Turner was a great character and one that deserved more. I wish he would have made it out of the war alive, but like they say, the best ones never make it back. Joseph was a great example as a leader, and he really made his men better. In the end, his sacrifice meant so much for the war and the United States efforts. Turner is one of the best characters in World War II, and Jeffrey Price is a hell of an actor for bringing Turner and Merrick to life. Thank you for joining me, as this has been the life and career of First Lieutenant Joseph Turner.